Welcome, everyone. I'm excited to be here today to talk a little bit about the Soul Synergy reading for the month of August. Before I talk about the theme of the month, I would like to make a few announcements. In the month of August, I am seeking sponsors to help me self-publish the Oracle deck. The sponsors, they will have their logos, the logo of their business, in 300 copies, and their logos will be on my website. I will promote them on my Instagram. I will promote them in my newsletter. This is a collaboration. The Soul Synergy Oracle deck is a tool for personal growth, inner healing, self-discovery. It can be used for self-reflection. We have 3 different sets of cards. We have cards that represent unconscious blocks. We have cards that represent soul frequencies of the higher self, and cards that represent circumstances of daily life, earth currents, I can say. So the Oracle, I've been working on this project for more than 6 years. I've been really diving deeply into these concepts and ideas and understanding the patterns that we face as human beings and how we can transform them in a way that we no longer need to repeat them in the same way with suffering or struggle, but respond to life situations in a different way. The Oracle is a tool that guides us in finding the creative solution for any situation. The deck helps us find the highest expression of any given moment by tuning into our inner wisdom. It is a tool that can really be used by other practitioners and can guide us in this process of unlocking our soul's potential. If you would like to be a sponsor of this deck, you will be helping the upfront costs, such as printing, book design, and other costs that I will have in the next weeks. And we will do this incredible, prosperous, abundant collaboration. So if you would like to become a sponsor, please visit my website, camy.com/sponsor. And if you don't want to be a sponsor because you are not interested or you don't have a business, you can still make a donation. Any amount is appreciated. I am grateful to everyone who collaborated in some way, who supported me in this journey. The other announcements that I'm booking new clients for August. If you would like to book a hypnosis session with me, please visit my website, camy.com. Hypnotherapy is a transformational tool. It's a tool that helps us use our inner resources to improve the quality of our lives, change behavior patterns, and unlock our creativity. I have been using hypnosis in the last weeks. I've been using hypnosis for anxiety and sleep issues, and it has helped me so much. I have been listening to some audios in the middle of the night when I wake up. Usually I've been waking up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep. And when I start listening to hypnosis, I immediately, fall asleep again. Hypnosis really helps us relax the nervous system and deliver positive healing suggestions to the subconscious mind. When I'm working with clients, we really dig deeper into the emotional blocks that are preventing them from creating change in their lives. I have been working as a hypnotist and mentor for more than 6 years. So visit my website to learn more, and if you would like to connect with me on social media, please follow my page, soul.synergy.oracle. Let's talk about the theme of the month. So the Soul Synergy reading for August is about the power of forgiveness. Discovering and learning that our power lies in seeing others as equal. The ego self is fragmented. The ego self will always see others as separate, and the ego relates to the personality self. The ego doesn't relate to the soul. The ego judges the personality self, and It will be attached to some traits that are not acceptable, traits that are hurtful, traits that don't help the other ego to fulfill their desire. So therefore, the ego is never happy and the ego is always in attack mode. The energy of this month, what is coming up for me is that if this month we try to put this energy, to put our effort into creating something, into building something, into making things happen without forgiveness, nothing can happen and nothing will happen. Forgiveness is the medium. Forgiveness is the reason why we are here in the body. The only reason we are here in their body is because we are in some way in attack mode, and we are in this process of evolutionary. We are in this evolutionary journey to learn how to be one with the divine. And if there is any part of you, of your consciousness, any part of you that still sees yourself as separate from the divine, and therefore sees others as separate from you and the divine, then forgiveness is the tool, is the device, or is the path in which you can flourish and let go of all these layers that no longer serve you, or let go of the beliefs and stories that are no longer serving you. And recently I had an opportunity to practice forgiveness, and sometimes, forgiveness is such a strong word, and sometimes it's so hard because we carry so much resentment, anger, and just talking about forgiveness seems impossible, right? And the invitation is that we can start to practice, and start practicing forgiveness can start with in simple way. Simple way can start with simplicity, and we can rest in simplicity. And it's okay to be simple. It is okay to be minimalistic, because sometimes I feel that this word also, sometimes it can carry a burden of like, oh my gosh, that's gonna take lifetimes for me to forgive this person. I'm so wounded, I'm so angry, this person is so horrible. So we keep repeating and over again. And then when we think, oh, okay, now I know that I need to forgive, I don't know from where to start. The invitation is that you start practicing, and you can start practicing with yourself, but you can start practicing in a way that feels not that you are making an effort, but that you are willing and open to try. I grew up in with an abusive father, alcoholic, not available, a little aggressive. And in the last years, my relationship with my father got not worse, but I really distanced myself from him. And I was no longer talking to him in the last years. I cut communication because of the way he was behaving towards myself and other people as well. And I took the pain of others. And so he got sick last month, and July. He got sick and very, very sick. So he was in hospital for many weeks, and it was so stressful for the whole family. And because he was in that situation, we started to talk again, and I started to be willing to talk to him again. Perhaps I was willing to no longer be that person that carries the attack and sees him with his past baggage, but just to see him in the moment and acknowledge that he was in a vulnerable situation. And it was not easy, and he asked for forgiveness. He truly, did that work of I'm sorry, And when we were talking, when we were doing a video chat, I told him that the only thing I wanted for him is that the only thing I want to see is his happiness. I want to see him happy. When people hurt others, they are unhappy. That's the only reason they hurt people, is because they are unhappy with themselves. They hate themselves. They cannot share love with themselves. They cannot forgive themselves. And therefore, they will hurt others. They will manipulate others. They will cheat. They will betray. And when we are willing to practice forgiveness, we are willing to drop the error. We become willing to see the divine in everyone. Things has just been so chaotic in the last weeks, and even even with my friends, and things are just happening, and a lot of shifts, a lot of transformation, a lot going on, sickness. Sometimes we just need to forgive the word. Sometimes we need to forgive the sickness. Sometimes we need to forgive ourselves for our choices in the past. And forgive the present moment. Because when we forgive the present moment and we stop seeing that there is something wrong or lacking, and we see it we see the holiness of that moment. There is no longer a need for attack, a desire. There's no more attack, and there's no more unfulfillment. You are at peace. You have that sense of acceptance. The invitation for the month ahead is to really be present with your thoughts, your attack thoughts. Be aware of them. If you are attacking yourself, or attacking your disease, you're attacking your sickness, or attacking the situation, or attacking others, and really refuse, and really, shift the perception. And a great practice for this is to meditate and see, the face of Christ in the person that hurt you. See that Buddha face, or the Christ face. Because when you see a spiritual figure, the spiritual figure is a symbol of union with the divine. And then when you just blend them together, I love this meditation, you just blend them together, because that's actually the true nature of our soul. That's our true nature. And when we are willing to recognize our true nature, and recognize the nature of others, the true nature of others, we become free. And we expand in different ways. So the expansion for the month ahead is a spiritual transformation, is a soul transformation. It's a transformation that comes from within, not from without. So you're not trying to change people. You're not trying to manipulate them to do what you want them to do. You're no longer trying to fix things. Oh, I'm going to do that because then I will get this. You are willing to follow a path where you take responsibility for how you feel and how you see others, how you feel about yourself, how you think, how you perceive yourself, and how you perceive others, and how it affects you, how it affects your behaviors, your quality of life. Perhaps you will notice that you will be less anxious when you are no longer trying to figure out why others did what they did, and what if they do that again, and what if I don't like, and all of these things. We in these days we talk a lot about boundaries. What we're talking is that we are one, and we when we are in communion with the divine, we can really share our greatness with others, and we can actually open and hold space for them to share their greatness, right? That doesn't mean that people will be always sharing their greatness with you, that they will be always willing to forgive themselves and others, and everything will be amazing once you do your own inner work. And the word boundary, the concept of boundary can come when you just make choices that align with your spiritual well-being. And spiritual well-being is about, learning that you have a body, you have needs, you have the necessity to rest, you have a nervous system. And all of this, is something that is related to the body. Whatever is related to the body, your well-being is something that you are responsible to take care of. And the quality of your relationships affect the quality of your life. The quality of your relationships affect the quality of your life. So, in this sense, when you forgive someone, doesn't mean that you will be a doormat. That doesn't mean that you will allow others to do whatever they want with you, to treat you in a way that doesn't feel good, to disrespect you, or it doesn't mean that you can do that with others as well. Sometimes when we feel disrespected, we feel entitled to disrespect others and to say things. And when we go into this route, we are not practicing forgiveness. Practicing forgiveness is about not seeing the error as real. It belongs to the word of illusion, and you are not going to dwell in the illusion. You're not going to dwell in that illusion for so long, because when we are dwelling the illusion, we are, embracing the ego system, the ego's thought system, rather than embracing your soul's truth, your soul's deepest longing. What is the soul's deepest longing? What is your soul's deepest desires, right? Your soul's deepest desires, I believe they are related to peace, expansion, awareness, communion, union, community, joy, health. And when we are deviating from these deepest desires of the soul, we are embracing the ego. When we embrace the ego, we are in the word of scarcity. We are in the word of struggle, because the ego is limited. When I am working as a hypnotist, we talk about the 3 levels of the mind: the conscious mind, the subconscious, and the superconscious. So the conscious mind is the mind, this is the logical mind, the mind that we operate most of the time. And then we have the subconscious, which is the deep mind, the feeling mind. And emotions drive our behaviors. Our subconscious mind is also, the seat of imagination. The subconscious is linked to your nervous system. How you feel affects your physiology, affects your body, your breathing. So when we talk about the subconscious mind, we're talking about feelings. In the realm of feelings, we might discover that we have a lot going on, right? And when we are willing to, embrace our feelings and let them go, let them flow. Emotions are energy that want to flow. When we are willing to let them pass and go even deeper into the superconscious, which is your higher self, your connection with the divine, your higher awareness, higher wisdom, the place where you are whole and complete, your connection, your Buddha within, Christ within, you can make better choices for yourself. What happens is that we get stuck in the content of the subconscious. We get stuck with the emotions, we hold them, and we become identified with them. And then we start to respond from our emotions. It's like when we act on anger, right? When we act on anger, send that email, we send that text message, and then we regret later on because that was an emotional response. And nowadays, sometimes I feel very emotional and I act out it is okay to act out as long as you forgive yourself and then work through making better choices. The problem is that guilt is another very, very big block. When we act out of anger, and then we feel guilty, and then we are guilty, and then we respond from life from this guilt. Oh my gosh, I'm bad, I did something wrong. Forgiveness comes as the medicine for this confusion of the ego, for all of this, messy feelings that we have. And we are humans and we make mistakes. And the only person that we must seek forgiveness, the only person that can forgive, that we must seek forgiveness ourselves. We are humans and we make mistakes. And we don't need to be the judges, right? The judges of our lives. I did this and now I'm bad, or I did this and I'm very good. The ego is always judging. I am so good. I am such a good person. And why they treat me like that? That's ego. I'm so bad. I'm terrible. Oh gosh, I will just keep messing up because I'm so bad anyway. That's the ego too. The ego follows the systems, and it's so limiting and it's so hurtful. Anytime you are in a road that's hurtful, you can always stop, take a deep breath, pause, and decide again. You can always decide again. That's the invitation for the month ahead. If you liked this episode, please share with your friends. I appreciate if you share this on your stories, on your social media, if you share it to your friends in the WhatsApp group, to your colleagues. Really, really, what I'm really asking this month is that you help share, you help support my work. You can support my work by sharing my social media, sharing my podcast, sharing the GoFund link, sponsoring me, and for sure, you can always book private sessions with me. I also have Hypnosis Audios on my website, and some people have been buying them. I hope you are enjoying. I will be posting more meditations on my website, so you can purchase them there. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful month ahead. And see you next time.